Hey, this is Cool Kid, and we're here doing another one of my regular Attack on Titan chapter reviews, and we're doing chapter 127 this week. So, before we get into oh shit, at least my drink didn't spill, but yeah, okay. Before we get into this week's chapter review, this has been talking about the big Bleach announcements recently. I'm here to tell you, coming up, probably by the time this video comes up, it would be this week or next week or whatever. Coming up on, I believe, the 20th, the whole Bleach announcement thing. They're doing it over Shonen Jump's YouTube channel. So, in the link description, I'll link to the live stream page, and you could put YouTube to tell you, to remind you when it's coming up, and when it comes up, you'll be ready for that announcement. So I'll probably be watching that announcement and be like, wow, I don't know what it means, but it looks cool anyway. So I'll probably, actually know what it's saying probably a couple minutes or an hour from people who know Japanese to tell me what's going on. But, it's something cool to watch the live stream. Too, hey, look at my new haircut. Yeah, wow. You're going to be sticking with this for a while. So, let's get started with this chapter review, which starts in a dream sequence. Not a flash into the future, but a dream sequence with Jean sitting on his top porch, drinking the finest wine you can have in a house in the central district, enjoying his happy little life. And that's basically what this dream sequence is, and it's only a single page long, and I think this is not, showing the future in any way. Plus, there is no way that dreams can tell the future. Oh my god, you cannot believe this. Okay, I just had this dream that this month that you'll be making an Attack on Titan chapter review. Can you even believe that? Of course. I do chapter reviews every month. I don't know what the hell was with that, but to get to back, I do not really think, this tells the future for the fact. One, this is kind of, this showing kind of is way too optimistic in my personal opinion, and two, I think really more of this dream is just basically Jean saying, oh, well, if I just go with the Jaegers, everything good will happen for me. So this is just Jean telling himself, this is what you'll get if you, go with the Jaegers. So there's that. And also, Jean, like some mysterious black hair girl that kind of looks like Mikasa. Ooh. But after that dream sequence, we get Hange knocking on the window like, hey Jean, come meet me outside. Hey. And we got Jean doing what he's been doing, just sulking very terribly. But after that, we get to with Hange picks up with Mikasa and Jean, and she basically tells them, look, I've joined forces with the Cartai and some of the Marleyan forces here to stop Eren. Eren needs to be stopped. This whole mass slaughtering thing is just wrong. And we got pretty much Mikasa kind of almost immediately just, agree with Hange, but Jean's a little bit not too keen on board. He's like, if we do stop Eren, then what? We'll stop the Marleyan forces from coming up and destroying our island. Eren is the only way from us being protected. And then we got this next scene, which I thought was pretty cool, where Ahanj is surrounded all by the dead members of the Survey Corps, which kind of reminds me of Erwin when he died back in season 3. Before that, his whole suicidal plan, he was surrounded and thinking about all the dead Survey Corps members, and what Hanj basically says is just bringing the freedom of this island is enough. There is no certainty that no one of these comrades would ever say something so narrow-minded. It's time to stop this slaughter. Now and never. And this basically ends this sequence here in our little flashback territory, which, I think, actually, thinking about it now, I think almost every chapter I've done so far does, at the beginning, does a little flashback. Just kind of a weird coincidence, but, and so, what happens next? A couple of things happen here. First of all, Jean and the Marleyan commander that I really cannot remember his name right now for whatever reason. I'll probably think of it later. But they basically both argue over, well, who is really right? The Paradise Island, the Eldians, or Marley? It's really, it's one of those, continuing hate cycles kind of debates. And after that, Annie asked the Survey Corps group that, well, are you willing to kill Eren? And we get basically from Mikasa and Armin being like, well, we'll talk to him first. And Annie's like, well, what if that doesn't work? Will you be able to kill Eren? And both of them basically go silent. And she's like, oh, is that so? And then a fight almost gets kicked up by Mikasa and her, but Annie, I guess, gets control of herself and says, look, I'm only doing this so I can save my dad, but if I can stop Eren through talking, I will do that, but I will only fight if it's necessary. So, more back into her reasoning. And the last thing that happens in this sequence is we get Annie and Renner tell Jean what happened to Marco, how he died, and Renner tells him, I'm truly, I just feel bad what I've done. And Jean's like, please, just stop talking. And with Renner being like, well, I'm really sorry. And Jean keeps beating the crap out of Reiner until he accidentally hits Gabby, which with her being like, well, at first we wanted to destroy you, but now we need your help. I know incredibly selfish this sounds, but we need your help. We really, really need your help. And ends that there with this, at the end of the night, with everyone kind of split and somewhat at odds, and that really ends this point in time sequence. But then we go to the next day, which I actually kind of find this one a little bit funny. Jean wakes up Gabby. It's like, hey, it's time to go. Then when he tries to wake up Ryan, he's like, hey, you piece of crap, it's time to wake up. He's like, skips the crap out of him until he wakes up. So I find that kind of funny, and then we get this whole sequence of him being like, did I hurt you? Did it hurt too bad? And Gabby's like, well, no, it wasn't that bad. And then we get him saying like, Reiner, I cannot forgive you. And this whole thing of, I can never forgive you for what you've done. And we got Annie in the corner being like, how about me? And then Pat comes back from doing some reconnaissance and tells everyone that the Jaegers are at the port, and they're basically ready for a fight. And the last page of this chapter is we get a Flock looking like he'll be our mini boss before taking down Eren, and that's where the chapter ends. And yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this chapter review is kind of a lot shorter. Well, not the chapter itself; it's pretty the same length, but I feel like, you know, how long I've talked feels kind of a lot shorter. But yeah, hell, I'm even looking at some of the pages. I'm not sure which is the best place to. I mean, yeah, I just I feel like this chapter's not a bad chapter, but I don't know. I feel like, especially with this chapter, it's gone on a way slower pace, because you got the last chapter which you know tried to do things very fastly, and then you got this chapter where it's like we're kind of going a little slowly. So I honestly have no clue. We're at chapter, what was it, 127? Let me check that. Yeah, 127. I don't know if we're going to be finished by chapter 130, but I mean, around the pacing that we're going now, that's kind of unlikely. I think 135 is probably a better shut up phone, but I think 135 is probably where it's going to end. What's the next chapter? I don't know. Everyone taking down the Jaegerists and finally defeating Shut up, computer/phone. You want to know, since I don't have to deal with this interruption, Flock has to be taken down before we, go through the Jaegerists and stuff. So, yeah, I guess that's the end of this chapter review. God, it feels short. I actually wonder how short it's going to be whenever we have to, actually go to the, whenever I have to edit this. But yeah, see me in next chapter review. Well, okay, I have to be honest with you. If you don't see a chapter review next month, that's probably because I am playing Persona 5 Royal, which I am pretty excited about that. So yeah, if you don't see me do another chapter, I'm probably playing that game. Well, until then, see ya.